right here is proof that The Rock has lied to us.
Was there a thought of you coming?
I don't want to be involved in that. Let all the spotlight go to John.
And he was supposed to be at WrestleMania 41. Otherwise, why would this have been creative? What is inside this package? I got it from WWE.com itself. There's no reason for this to have been created if The Rock was never in creative plans to be part of WrestleMania 41. It is unopened. We're going to open it together so you know that I didn't fake anything. I didn't make anything up. I'll show you some screenshots. This is from WWE itself, and it is proof that The Rock lied and was supposed to be at WrestleMania 41.
But I think it's best for the final boss not to be involved in that finish.
It was never about John Cena. It was always about The Rock. Now let's open it together, and you will see. Open it. Now, it's a shirt. This is a shirt, but what does this shirt say? Again, still in the package. I have not looked at it, but I have seen it online. Let's see what this shirt says. It's a small, not my size, but what does this shirt say? Finally, The Rock has come back to Vegas. Finally, The Rock has come back to Vegas. Why would they make a shirt about The Rock coming to Vegas if he was going to sit home in Hawaii? Why would they ever make a Rock shirt about coming to Vegas and sell it during WrestleMania weekend, and then just a week after WrestleMania put it on clearance and try to get rid of everything? Because The Rock was supposed to come to Vegas. Therefore, this shirt is obsolete because at some point, The Rock got his feelings hurt and decided, nope, not going there. So when The Rock goes on Pat McAfee and says, oh, no, The Rock didn't need to be there. It was always about John Cena. He didn't want to overshadow John Cena's heel turn. This shirt says otherwise. And because TKO is such a greedy company that must squeeze every dollar they can out of everybody, they just decided to clearance this and break even, therefore not get rid of the evidence. Therefore, I have the evidence now. Rock, you were supposed to be at Vegas. You were supposed to be at WrestleMania 41. At some point, the merchandise company was told, hey, The Rock is going to be at WrestleMania, therefore, start making these t-shirts.
A lot of people just assumed you were going to show up.
Otherwise, why would these t-shirts be made? Only then to be put on clearance. This is your smoking gun that The Rock, you lied, and I want an apology. I want, not just to me, I don't want you don't have to say, hey, Wrestlechop, I owe you an apology, though that would be pretty cool. I want you to apologize to your wrestling fans out there because, we'll forgive you, dude. We will forgive you, but not cool. You're not cool what you did. Not cool what you did. You screwed up WrestleMania 41. You screwed up John Cena's heel turn. Not cool. Don't lie to us, please. All right, so let's get to the rest of the video. I know there's going to be some people out there that are like, wow, look at this fanboy overreacting. Well, you know what? Guess what? I'm proud to be a fanboy. And nope, not overreacting, underreacting. When my heroes betray my trust, well then, hey, I'm allowed to be hurt. I'm allowed to be hurt when someone lies to me, and The Rock, he lied to me. But I'm not lying to you when I say I'm going to give away a WWE replica, not a toy, belt. Every 10,000 subscribers, I give away a belt on this channel in my quest to quit my day job and produce wrestling content full time. I already pretty much do a video every day and live stream, so imagine what I could do if I wasn't working the 8 to 6 job. And how do you win though? All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and comment below. First you comment, then you subscribe, then you hit that bell notification and maybe a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Help the engagement of the video. Get it further out there to show that The Rock, he lied to us and hurt our feelings. Okay, so let me show you some other stuff that I found throughout the week on social media. I like to do this on Sunday if I can get enough material. Let's get started with this clip from last week and see how it pertains to this week.
It's all about viral moments now. Everybody's been telling me that I gotta become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it. Guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go yourself. That's from Killer Cross. No, fuck it.
He goes viral with that rant about not being on the WrestleMania card when Logan Paul was, right? And everyone's like, oh, that was so great. All the fans loved it, and reports backstage is that everybody loved it, right? And yet, look who he's fighting at main event. Okay, so he's fighting Dragon Lee at main event. Main event is it's a C show. Nobody knows where it's at. You can't find it anywhere. Why is Karrion Kross on main event right now after that promo, and not just on main event, but let's see who wins.
And malicious, that is everything and more.
Lee coming out the back door. And Dragon steps in the word.
I am sitting here absolutely shocked.
So yeah, look at that face. That face pretty much says it all. Oh my gosh. Karrion Kross, when we think, wow, they can't deny him from that promo a week ago, well, they can do worse. All right, so what else is happening? If you're watching this on the day of release, today is May the 4th.
Booker, the Force is strong with you.
Which is an unofficial Star Wars holiday. May the 4th be with you. May the Force be with you. That's a Star Wars catchphrase. And so I thought I would Google WWE and Star Wars, and I came up with this classic from Booker T.
But I ain't no Star Wars geek.
I don't buy that, Booker T. I don't buy that you're not a Star Wars nerd. I think you're just fronting right now because of this.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No way he would have known Obi-Wan Kenobi's name if he didn't actually watch Star Wars.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
You're caught, Booker. Careful, careful. I'll let this lie slide. This is a little white lie compared to The Rock's monster of a lie. So, Booker, you're safe. You're safe. I get it. That was back when being a nerd wasn't as cool as it is now. But here's someone who's not ashamed of their love of Star Wars. And, well, here's a controversial take.
And I'm going to put it out there for everyone. The prequels were actually really good. You're
You're going to get so much heat for that.
I definitely don't agree with that take. I hated Jar Jar Binks with a passion.
Misa called Jar Jar Binks. Misa, your humble servant.
With a passion. And, but I will say this. I will say that that Cody Rhodes has stuck to his gun over the years.
The prequels were not as bad as we pretend that they are.
Now let's get back to pure wrestling. We have CM Punk. He has main evented WrestleMania now. That was his dream, right? Once you accomplish your dream, what do you do then? What will I do once I accomplish my dream of quitting my job and becoming a full-time YouTuber? Well, I'll probably do the happy dance, and then I'll just produce more videos. But what does CM Punk do? What does CM Punk do now that he's main evented WrestleMania Night 1?
Do you think you'll be able to wrestle main event WrestleMania again? Sure, you gotta hit night 2 for all those people that move the goalposts, you know?
You main event night 2, so that is CM Punk's new goal, his new dream to main event night 2 of WrestleMania, because the goalpost has been moved a little further. And I respect that. I respect that. You know what? Once you accomplish one goal, now you gotta accomplish another goal. You gotta keep going. But you know what I don't respect? You know who I lost some respect for this week? Pains me to say this, but Big E. Lost some respect for Big E because I found out his favorite wrestler of all time is none other than Bill Goldberg. Oh, Big E. Oh, Big E. How could it be? I understand, Big E. I was once a fan of The Ultimate Warrior, but I grew out of it, and now I realize that there were so many people better. But Big E, you're still a fanboy of Goldberg? Oh, man. Oh, man. And I did some research on why Big E really loved Goldberg as much as he does, and I found this clip from a couple years back.
Y'all want a great match? Nah. Big meaty man slapping meat. That's what I want.
So there you have it. Even Goldberg fans know that he can't wrestle. Big E probably just likes the train wreck. So, you know what, Big E? Nobody's perfect. I respect you still. And speaking of Ultimate Warrior, here are some superstars reacting to a meme.
Here's Ice Cream Chuck. It's Solo and Jacob Fatu.
Please, what would you get at the ice cream truck?
Ice cream, I love you.
You see that meme? Jacob Fatu just saying, please, Dad, can I get some ice cream?
Going 8 out of 10 is what I'm going.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid. But I give it a 3. I grew up without a dad, so it's not funny to me.
What ice cream would you get at a ice cream, stop, an ice cream truck. I actually have a story. I actually have a wrestling story with an ice cream truck. Once upon a time, there used to be WWE ice cream bars.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for... What else is better than a World Wrestling Federation ice cream bar?
And they were actually pretty good. But also in these WWE ice cream bars were cards. They were just like cardboard cards that were in the box, and you have to rip them out and stuff. Well, Ultimate Warrior, my favorite, was one of the cards. They were in randomly, but Ultimate Warrior, I don't think he was a very common card. So I saved up for weeks, all my money, all my allowance, cutting grass, doing whatever. I was probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 10 or 11. I was like in 4th grade, maybe 5th, and I went to the ice cream truck, and I knew that I had to buy as many as possible, because buying one at a time never did it. I knew that if this was a rare card, it was better to buy as many as possible, because then if it was like 1 out of 4, if I bought 4, I could definitely get the card. So I went to the ice cream truck, and I bought a whole box. So I think I bought about 8. I bought about 8 ice cream bars, and I opened them all up. I literally just went for the card, giving out the ice cream to everybody, just trying to get the card of the Ultimate Warrior. And finally, I get to the last box. I'm like, it has to be in here. And I believe it was like Tito Santana or something. And I'm just like, no offense, El Matador, but I was just like, just completely devastated. Not one Ultimate Warrior. And I didn't want to look like, I don't know, I didn't want to look... I was sad. I was so sad, but I didn't want anyone to see. I didn't want anyone to think that I really cared that much, even though I just spent so much money on the card, trying to get the card. So I was like, oh, I guess I didn't get it. It's cool, whatever. But they could tell. Everyone could tell. The ice cream truck guy had a teenager who worked with him, and he was like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I thought I was like playing it off well, but I guess I wasn't. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting down at a tree, like on my butt, and I'm just sitting there all sad and depressed that I just spent so much money to get an Ultimate Warrior card that I had failed. And I think I was holding back tears. I was so just heartbroken. And next thing I know, that teenager comes up to me. I'm sitting down, and he's like, here. And I look up, and he had the Ultimate Warrior card. And he's like, I don't even really like the guy. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you take it. I don't want it. And he just turns around and goes away. And I'm like, I was so dumbfounded, and honestly, I was so sad and then just elated at that moment that I got the Ultimate Warrior card that I didn't even really I couldn't even process what a nice gesture that was until about later that day. And so the next time I saw him, I was just so thankful and everything, and I wish I knew who this guy was. If by chance, if there's anybody that is watching this video that one time gave an Ultimate Warrior card to a kid, please contact me, because I will straight up give you a championship belt. I will straight up give you a championship belt, and that won't be part of the contest or anything. Just thank you so much for that, because that was one of the nicest, kindest things that anybody had ever done for me. So there's a little bit of lore for the channel there. And speaking of nice, Jacob Fatu, you can't fool me.
You a tough SOB, but keep it 100. You ain't never been in the ring with nobody like me.
He acts all hard right in the ring, but Stephanie McMahon on Stephanie's Places just had a show with the Bloodline, and they're all about to eat.
My grandmother used to make this. I haven't seen that in years.
And Jacob Fatu was like, wait a second, guys. We need to pray.
If we really gonna bust down, I think maybe we should do it like how Grandma and Nana and them used to do it. Bow our heads. Lord Jesus, thank you very much for waking us up. Thank you for a beautiful day.
And whatever your religious beliefs are or are not, I'm not pushing anything on you. I'm just saying that itself, that moment was just a wholesome moment. And Jacob, that wasn't alone. Lex Luger, he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame, a year or so ago. you had an interaction with him, and dude, you're just a nice guy.
Hey, like Snogo, I'm Fatu and his nephew. It's a pleasure, brother.
And that's just a credit to your parents, Jacob Fatu. They raised you right. And I'm very, very happy that even though you have a checkered past, you were able to overcome that, and you are seeing huge success in WWE right now. You, my friend, absolutely deserve it. And so we're going to close out the video with some advice from our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Whenever I do one of these videos, we're going to end each of these videos with some advice that I find from a wrestler. And we're going to start today with Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. So once we see him, the video is over. I'll see you hopefully next Sunday for another one of these. But boys, girls, I want you to know that that I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm not joking about that ice cream kid who helped me out. If any, like for real, if it was you. And I remember what you look like. If that was you, I promise you, I'll give you a belt and just thank you from the bottom of my heart. You probably forgot all about that, but you don't even understand what a moment that was for me. And you helped me realize what an act of kindness is. And I try to pay that forward every single chance I get. You literally changed my life, my outlook on life, by giving me a stupid Ultimate Warrior card. And I thank you for that. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day.
What are some of your biggest lessons that you've learned?
Try to do what you love with the